Joining us now is Natalie Winters, co-host of Steve Bannon's War Room and our very own White House correspondent. Great to see you, Natalie. You've been making headlines and getting people upset and all the usual thing, which is hilarious to watch. But listen, I wanted to ask you about this AI Gaza video, which I just absolutely loved. I thought it was hilarious. Just have a quick look at it. We'll just play you a quick grab of it.
Trump Gaza is finally here. Trump Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new life. Feast and dance, the deal is done.
So, Natalie, it's a lot of fun, and you end up Netanyahu and Trump are there on the beach, and a lot of people are very offended by this because people have died. There's a war, absolutely. But there's a serious point behind this, and this is the way Trump is changing the world in front of our eyes. How are Americans reacting to the new, if you like, Trump version of the world? Peace, hopefully, between Russia and Ukraine. Peace, hopefully, in the Middle East. How are Americans reacting to it?
Well, your average American, the normal American citizen, I think, loves this change of pace, the idea that America is the global hegemon and that we aren't just continuing to shell out and hemorrhage our tax dollars to these situations that are described by sort of our, I guess, globalist, DC think tank betters as situations or scenarios where there's essentially a no-win outcome for the American people, right? It's sort of this continued money laundering racket, whether it's Ukraine or frankly any country in the Middle East. And I think time and time again, even just in the first 2 months of this presidency, you've sort of seen a shift. That, of course, sentiment not being shared among the mainstream media and the sort of Democratic Party. They've been melting down over that video. But I think it's quite interesting, right? They're very sensitive about anything when it comes to Gaza, Palestine, Israel, anything that we say is, neo-colonialist or, choose your ivory tower liberal academic word to critique it. But what President Trump is doing, ironically, I think, is probably more supported by the people on the ground there than a continuation of the status quo, which is just more death and destruction. I think if you ask most people there, they would take the reality of that video over their lived experience any day. And I know Americans certainly don't want to keep shelling out taxpayer dollars to support the atrocities going on over there.